What up, Deuce Gang? I'm my guy. You already know this guy over here. Together, we are two guys doing a podcast. We bring you the latest, the greatest, and sometimes a little bit disgusting news, the latest of the day. I just want to know, man, before we get into this, if y'all like the content, please drop a like right now. Just do it right now before we get into this content, man. And also subscribe to us because we're going to bring you this every day. But I got a question for you. I got a question for this guy. Can I ask you a question?
No, but yes.
What's going on today?
Tyrese posted recently on his story, and I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said, we're in an age of just antics. That's all it's about, antics.
I heard that. Yeah, he pretty much was saying that nobody cares about talent anymore. It's really just about who can be the most viral.
Yeah, I seen a guy, and I don't remember his rap name. Even if I did, I wouldn't say because I don't want to give him like what he was looking for. But his braids were chains. So remember, like Uzi put the diamond in his head?
Right.
This guy implanted stuff in his head so he can, instead of having hair, he can literally have chains as his braids.
Like actual literal,
actual literal chains.
like embedded.
Yes. So, and again, it worked to a point because I never heard of him before that, but I certainly didn't go listen to his music. So again, like this is where we're at. So case in point.
Hey y'all. Hi. It's officially stepdaddy season. Yeah, what up? I got the car seat in the back. Let's go to the park. Don't let your baby mama or your baby daddy block your blessings. I know in theory it sounds good keeping the same person to have kids with, but that's insanity as well. So if it doesn't work out with them, it'll work out with someone else. Okay? It just will. That's how that goes. And trust me, I know it's ghetto. It is so ghetto being a baby mama, and thinking about multiple baby daddies is scary. But me and my baby gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. So we're moving forward, onward, upward. Okay.
Stop.
I know a lot of you are skeptical about.
Yeah, you and your baby, you're very calm. You and your baby gonna be all right because you're collecting child support from somebody who's actually doing something out there. That's why you and your baby gonna be all right.
I think she alludes to that fact a little bit later on.
But then she's also talking about insanity. Is doing the same thing over and over again. And from what I've heard, she's been out there hoeing over and over and over again. So is she insane?
With children, but I can assure you, the baby mamas now, today, we don't give a damn. You can have them. I have exited the rat race. I am not a threat. I want you to be around for a long time, not a good time. You can hold my son, put him on your story. I trust his judgment. I really do. I really, really do. I just want you guys to be happy. I swear I do. Now, I'm not a threat, but I can't speak for the other hoes that you don't know about. May the odds ever be in your favor. But I am here for it. Okay, like people move on. You should have got the ring first.
Nobody was saying that. Nobody was saying that.
Thank you.
It just wasn't gonna work out. Let's laugh together and let's raise this baby. Ooh, it is ghetto. It's so fucking ghetto.
Dog, hold on a sec. Now, I've seen that laugh before. That type of laugh.
Yeah.
It's right before the woman stabs the guy to death repeatedly, multiple times while they're having sex. That's the laugh.
I've seen the movies.
In conclusion, stepdaddy season. Big aura, big lumber, big follow through need only apply.
So, I'm a person who says it's not so much about the criticism or the information. It's about the source.
Right.
So Brittany Renner is on the hunt for a stepdad, to take care of her baby or babies. Okay, fine. Some people could be like, yeah, you go, girl. Again, I just ask that you have a look at the source, right? So let's look at another one of her videos.
Well, here's the thing is that let's not forget that PJ Washington got caught up by this girl, right? Got caught up by this girl and somehow got into a relationship, ended up getting her pregnant. She obviously left him. Everybody knows the story. But for her to come out with something like that after the fact is crazy. But the fact that PJ Washington got with her after this was public. Woo, we gonna talk about this, brother. We gonna talk about this. Play the video first, though.
People want to know my body count. I don't know why in like 2000 people want to know my body count. I don't know why in like 2018 that's any of your fucking business or why it matters. But 24, 11 athletes, woo! 5 entertainers, woo! 8
Tourette's.
Regular guys. Woo! I've only fucked 3
Tourette's.
Regular guys since I've been Instagram famous because a lot of y'all run your fucking mouths too much. I don't want to be sending you a video 1 minute, the next minute I see me spread eagle on the timeline playing with my pussy. In my experience, the worst people to deal with are the athletes. None of them use condoms, really. So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, I mean, you could just fuck an athlete. They're really dumb. I don't like talking about my history with men I'm dating, I guess until now, because most of the guys that I've dealt with are gonna have more money than you. And you're gonna feel a way about it. I know the male...
PJ. Oh, PJ. Oh, PJ.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got.
Like the ball sack that hangs in between your legs. In conclusion, like I don't even look at people as like trashy or not. It all comes down to mentality for me.
So this whole thing has two different totally stories that have combined magically to create an amazing story for us. On the one side, we have the PJ Washington situation, which now that she's come out with this second video, we got to talk about how he's feeling. And then there's just the Brittany Renner, just as a person, human being conversation that needs to be had, and the type of females that she is pretty much the queen of at this point. She's the spokesperson of, because if you think she's the only one running around like this, gentlemen, I'm sorry, you are definitely have something confused. You know what I mean? The thing with me though is I'm sitting here and I'm not mad at Brittany for the whole baby situation, for getting PJ caught up, because, you know, it's like a spider getting close to a black widow, a male spider getting close to a black widow. You know what's going to happen after you guys get it on. You know what their reputation is, and you're still willing to go in there and do that. I don't know, man, especially when it's well known in public like that. It's crazy to me. Like when you see an Instagram model and you see that she's like this, you are rich. So whatever, you can get girls, you want to get with this girl. Once it gets to the point where she's talking pregnancy, what are your thoughts?
First of all, I don't really know who this girl is apart from those 2 videos, but based on that, and a lot of people would say you shouldn't judge someone after just that, right? But I'm never going to meet this person. Who knows? But I don't think I will. So I'll never really get to truly know who she is. So I have to go on what she shows me. So based on what she's showing me, this person is a garbage can with a pulse. And well, needless to say, in my 37 years of life, I've never stuck my dick in a garbage can. And if on one drunken occasion I decide to do that, I'm not going to be so drunk that I wouldn't put a condom on. Dick might go in the garbage, but a condom will be on my dick. So, I mean,
hey, let's be real. She seems like the type of person who might poke holes. She seems like the type of person who might poke holes in the condom at the end of the day. Like that's the type of person that she comes off as just to get rich. Like she wrote a book. She wrote a book about this too, right? Which takes me over to the PJ Washington side of this whole story. Like, brother, the saddest part is that the NBA has people that when you get recruited as a rookie They have people to teach you about finances. They have people to teach you about how to invest. And guess what? They also have people to teach you about the thoughts. There's that person in the league too. I don't know if PJ slept in, if PJ didn't wake up till the PM because he was waiting for his BM. I don't know.
He definitely missed class that day for sure.
He definitely, because somebody was in his DMs. And man, this guy it's really sad. It's really sad to watch, man. But
look,
you can't be mad at Brittany. You can't be mad at Brittany.
Look, at the end of the day, I think it was Jay-Z said it. Even a garbage can gets a steak once in a while. You know what I mean? So, and I go back to my garbage. I have to stay on this. This is what she's showing me. So I have to stay on this. If she's a garbage can with a pulse, and nobody would literally do that. No man would put their dick in a garbage can. You just wouldn't do that. But if this homie, PJ, is dumb enough to do that, all right. I don't know what more to tell you. Like, you ever see in those cartoons where there's like two doors and there's a sign on the door and it says, "Open this door, man eating lion," and they open the door anyways? This is what we're doing here. So, to your point, like, you're right. Like, she's a Venus flytrap. We all know she's a Venus flytrap. We know there's danger there. But a Venus flytrap is beautiful. It's the siren song. It lulls you into a false sense of security. Everything gonna be all right. Until it's not. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. There's way too many cautionary stories out there. Like, the list is too long for me to even start to name them.
Yeah.
What's the point? Anybody watching this video, names are popping in your head right now. So when you talk about PJ missing class on the thotties, he didn't even have to go to class. He just, like, you just have to live and breathe.
Yeah.
Brother. Live and breathe.
And the best part about all this, for real though, is somebody else is gonna get with her.
Yeah.
Like,
great. So Jay-Z was wrong. A garbage can get a steak more than once. And that's fine. And that's fine. If you are interested in sticking your dick in a garbage pail filled with sewage and waste, toxic waste, then that's up to you and your Johnson. And I know it sounds very harsh to say this. Again, I don't know anything about her. Those are the only two videos. But I stand on, how would I ever really know? Viewing public, how would you ever really know me? You're not. You're only going to know what you get through this screen. So you got to judge me based on what I give you. I'm just judging her based on what she's giving me. And she just looks like a construction grade garbage bag. That's basically it. What are your thoughts here? Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. PJ, I don't know. I mean, your mom's going to have to talk to you about this one. Your dad is in the picture. I can't help you, you know.
Oh, PJ.
Kim Kardashian, I love the fact that she always finds a way to become, she always finds a way to become like the subject of conversation. Even when she is not relevant, she somehow finds a way to become relevant. What are we looking at here? Kim Kardashian, in Balenciaga. I'm gonna mispronounce it. You say it, Balenciaga.
Balenciaga.
Is that it? I don't see. Here's the thing about me. I don't have to learn how to pronounce this shit because I'm never going to be able to afford it. And even if I could afford it, I'm going to be like Chaos. Side note for you un-Canadian people. Chaos was a quasi-famous rapper who wore the same thing in every single video. That's going to be me. So I'm never
You're going to be Zuckerberg. You're going to be Zuckerberg.
There you go.
That's your plan. This looks more like a scene from a Mortal Kombat video game, if you want me to be honest. Oh yeah, there it is. Shadow.
You're right. It does. But I got to be honest with you. With Kanye doing his rollout for Donda, with the mask on covering the face, if Kim and Kanye were still together, this would make perfect sense. They're not together, but even though they're not together, it still makes perfect sense. It's like a trickle. I mean, again, like I know I don't want to say I know, but I'm assuming she didn't get this and wear this as some sort of like, trampoline off of the Donda rollout. But to me,
Right.
this speaks to that. And by the way, I know nothing about fashion, right? I'm the last person for anything fashion, but I think this is fire.
For real?
I think this is absolute fire. This says this. I don't know what it is, but it does something to me. Just like for starters, I love a woman's body. I love a woman's silhouette. Like I don't even know why all women aren't lesbians. Men are disgusting. How do you find us appealing? We are gross. A woman's silhouette.
Hey, and women are into dad bods nowadays too, right? Hey,
yes.
hello.
Yes, but
okay.
but women, their silhouette is absolutely incredible. So naturally, of course, I'm going to be drawn to this. This is a walking silhouette. I think this is incredible.
That's actually a good way to put it when you put it like that. I never really thought about this. In my mind, I thought that she went to the Met Gala as Kanye's cover art for Donda.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. I thought this was a little play on that, if you really want me to be honest. And I know that probably sounds funny to some people, but I'm really being serious, because this is that. If you look at this and you tell me this isn't Kanye West inspired in some way, shape, or form, then you're nuts. You didn't watch any of the listening parties. I guess you saw none of the pictures that came out or anything like that, because he had the same sparkly thing on. And this is definitely a play on that. So the fact that they're not together, first of all, and she's doing this, if Kim isn't the definition of ride or die at this point, I don't even know. Because let's be real here. Anybody watching this, we see how Kanye West is in public.
Right, right.
On camera. Imagine how that brother is in private, behind the scenes, when nobody's watching and he knows no cameras on him and he can be himself. The things that she has probably had to put up with are nuts. This is ride or die to the very end on a different type of level. So when I saw this the first time, because I saw the picture where she was posing with her sister Kendall, and Kendall looks like she's like a giant Amazon tree.
I wonder if they have that. Keep
Kim
going.
Keep
going. I'm just gonna...
Kim is a little bit smaller. Yeah, Kim is a little bit shorter. So that was the first picture that I saw of it, and people were cracking on it, saying that it looked like it was Kendall's shadow because of the distance and everything that it was far away.
Yeah,
like that. See, now that you put it artistic way, I can see what you're saying with that, man. I really do see what you're saying with that.
I think it looks fire, man. You're certainly not gonna see this again. Now, who's this brother?
See, that's you'll never know. You'll never know. That's the thing. Was it really Kim in that outfit?
Nah,
who knows?
That's Kim, bro.
Who knows?
I've watched enough Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I'm not ashamed to admit it, to know that that's Kim. You know what I'm saying? But like honestly, like
that's hilarious and creepy all at the same time.
That's
fine.
It is, but I think this is super dope. I think it's definitely worth having a conversation about. And to be honest with you, again, I'm not a fashion person. You'll probably never hear me say anything about fashion again on this pod, unless it's to this level. This really was worth talking about. And I'm not ashamed to admit it. This is amazing.
All right.
We're
secure. We're secure in our manhood. You should be too, guys.
Viewing public.
Don't be afraid to talk about women's dresses and what they look like on Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
See me on the blue carpet in my Old Navy tee and my Scotch and soda jeans.
We go end up winning some kind of awards in the future, and we are going separately to the events.
That's totally fine. But leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. These are our theories on why this was put together. What are yours? Deuces. Okay. Nicki Minaj and Piers Morgan were trading shots after rapper's controversial vaccine comments. Now, the UK's chief medical officer, Chris Whitty, also said at a news conference that Nicki, quote, should be ashamed, end quote, adding that there are a number of, quote, myths that fly around, some of which are just clearly ridiculous and some of which are clearly designed to scare. That happens to be one of them. So this is the UK chief medical officer addressing Nicki Minaj. Why would this person address Nicki Minaj? Because it's a global pandemic and Nicki Minaj has the barbs, which is millions upon millions of impressionable people, pretty much does whatever she says. So if Nicki has some discouraging things to say about the vaccine and she has no medical science background at all, these people might be inclined to take what she has to say as Bible. So anyways, Nicki decides to respond. She sends out a tweet, and let's check it out.
Yes, hello, Prime Minister Boris. It's Nicki Minaj. I was just calling to tell you that I thought you were so amazing on the news this morning. And I'm actually British. I was born there. I went to university there. I went to Oxford. I went to school with Margaret Thatcher, and she told me so many nice things about you. I'd love to send you my portfolio of my work, since you don't know much about me. I'm a big star in the United States.
You are fucking not. So anyway,
Queen, don't disrespect the Queen. Okay?
So Pierce jumps in. And he responds to Nicki. Piers Morgan, he says, Professor Witty beefing with the ghastliest Nicki Minaj, one of the rudest little madams I've ever met, is not the breaking news that I expected today, but it's most welcome. She's peddling lies that will cost lives. So at that point, Nicki responds, Sir, I've never met you. I know we all look alike. Insert racism.
Right.
Rudest little madame. I like it. It has a special ring to it. Thanks, Pierce. Love the accent. I'd love to come chat. Scones, tea, clown nose, and a big red shoes for you. Then we get a response from Piers Morgan. Madame, we met at AGT, America's Got Talent, when you appeared as a guest act, but you refused to say hello to my 3 young sons because you were, quote, too busy. Oh, and it's Pierce. I know we Brit names all sound alike. Nicki responds, stop fucking lying. I never turn down pics with kids. If a middle person told you that, they were out of line. Don't blame me, you stupid piece of shit. And then it turns out she started adding the wrong person, and we give 2 shits about that. But right. I by the way, Pierce stopped responding after she flipped her wig. So
as he should.
This is classic bait. Like, if you know someone's buttons, this is a great thing about social media. If you know someone's buttons, push the buttons, watch them implode, and just walk away and watch it like the rest of us from a distance. Because
whose buttons getting pushed here? Nicki's?
Nicki Minaj's buttons is getting definitely pushed. Nicki Minaj has a stigma about her, which is I'm bigger than life. You know, where she basically, one of her assistants gave her like a gift. I can't remember if it was for a baby shower or some shit like that. And she shit all over the gift publicly. Who does that? Like, so she's notoriously known as, I guess the word would be diva, but in like a really, really bad way. So the button that was pushed is when Pierce says, oh, you're too busy. You couldn't even take pictures with kids. That's when she lost it. Because again, it plays on the diva, too big for life. You don't even have time to take. That's when she lost her shit. Now, I mean, I've harped repeatedly about COVID-19 and messaging and look at the source where it's coming from. Like, I don't know how much more I could do this. Like, I really don't. I understand why the UK chief's medical doctor feels the need to respond to Nicki Minaj. I said it in the opening. I get it. But if you don't get it by now, I don't know what more to tell you.
Everybody has responded to Nicki Minaj. Like, what Nicki Minaj said was the worst thing that has ever been said. This is where I stand on this. So Dr. Fauci also responded to her. Piers Morgan has responded. The Prime Minister of the UK has responded. And you said the Chief Medical Officer over there has responded as well. Where were all these people when Joe Rogan came out talking about he was taking ivermectin? Where were they? How come nobody cared when Joe Rogan came out and said that he was at home with his witch pot creating a medley of chemicals and medicines and herbals to cure his thing, and that this is what you should do instead of taking the vaccine? Nobody I didn't hear none of these voices. Nicki Minaj comes out and she says that she is weary about getting the vaccine because she has a cousin who got the vaccine and then his balls got swollen and he became impotent after. Whether the two things are connected, who knows? Obviously, it's dangerous putting it out there because then that's exactly what you're indirectly doing. You're connecting the two things. You know, that's the danger in it. But she's not trying to give anybody medical advice. As a matter of fact, anybody who pays attention to the story will know that she ended up saying that she's probably going to have to get vaccinated anyways to go on tour. So I want to know why everybody wants to stick to the negative side or create something that you think that she was suggesting when all she was doing was telling a real life story like we all have. Anybody who is weary about getting the vaccine has a reason as to why they're weary, or they would have got it already. Whether the reason makes sense to you or it doesn't, it's a reason, and it's why they're not doing it. And I don't see why this was a big deal. I understand that Nicki Minaj has a reputation for being a diva, for being a certain type of way, and I get that. And if I see that, I'm going to call it out like I do with every other female that we talk about that does something stupid on this podcast, right? But I don't see it here. I don't see it here. I see it being created. And like I said, Joe Rogan, crickets. Nicki Minaj, politicians, prime ministers, news anchors, and more to come. What are we doing?
Of course, we know that when Joe Rogan first came out initially telling, young and healthy people who are not being stupid and eating right and exercising, of course, we know everybody came out and addressed that. As far as Joe Rogan's, I guess, cocktail, whatever you want to call it, that he said he threw everything at it. I personally did hear somebody speak to that. Obviously, it wasn't the world that came out like Nicki.
Right.
Nicki, I did hear somebody on MSNBC speak to that and was again saying, look, even the manufacturer of the drug ivermectin is saying, do not take this. So there has been some people speak out to it. No, definitely not to the extent that the response that Nicki Minaj is getting.
Okay, so who's they, because this is the question. Whose platform do you think is bigger?
Probably Joe Rogan. And I would have to say Joe Rogan is bigger only because of the type of people that his audience, well, Joe Rogan's he's conspiracy theory guy. And not all of his audience, but a large portion of his audience, they have similar beliefs.
They believe, yeah.
So if you have an audience already susceptible to that type of thinking, well, all you got to do is just drop one little drip of blood in the water and everybody goes nuts. But also at the same time, Nicki Minaj is speaking for a lot of urban people that look like me and you. And we already know how we feel about the vaccine. So it could almost be a similar thing. The point is, and the simple point is, and I always have to catch myself, I don't think anybody should be forced to take a vaccine. I think that for this particular vaccine, it requires time. And I feel like you deserve as much time as you need to make the decision. I feel like you should be able to ask as many questions as you want to ask in order for you to help gain the knowledge you need to make that decision. And as long as my side or people who are pro-vaccine are answering those questions, not being disrespectful. I know I could be disrespectful sometime, and that's why I'm trying to fix that. Not being disrespectful. If we can do all these things, great. Hopefully, eventually you'll get vaccinated. But people who are vaccine or anti-mask, whatever, say whatever you want. You have freedom of speech. I just wish that you would start all of your tirades, even if it's from personal experience, people that have had this experience with the vaccine. I just wish you would say, I am not a medical doctor. I'm not a scientist. I have no experience in this field. This is my own personal opinion. If you are having doubts and second thoughts, I encourage you to do your own research and speak with the physician. You don't have to say that word for word, but just give a fucking disclaimer. You know what I mean? Because when you're an influential person, people are going to listen to what you say, especially, like I said, if the ground is already fertile, it's easy for that seed of doubt to be planted and then blossom. And then all of a sudden, well, Look at the world. You know what you got.
I mean, especially in this day of age of social media, especially on Twitter, where you can only send like one message at a time. So if somebody really wants to put out some misinformation about you, even if you continued your message after that first tweet, I don't care. It's what you said in this one tweet that we care about. And we've seen it with plenty of celebrities at this point, where somebody will find one certain tweet and just go off of that. And that can literally destroy somebody's career. So of course they got to pay more attention to what they're saying. But when we get to a point where, and that sucks, that's the shitty part, I guess, of being a celebrity, to the point where you just can't even tell a story of something that happened to you. Just a story. That's it. You know, it's not the first person to tell a story. That's why it's so crazy to me. You know what I mean? I've heard stories too of, like, whether I believe them or not, who cares? It's that person's reason. So, to the anti-vaxxers, whether you're a vaxxer or you're an anti-vaxxer, you know, this divide that we have right now is unnecessary. Whether you're for, whether you're against, that's fine. Stay on your side and allow the other people to take time. Some people just want to take time. Some people don't want to do it at all. But you guys, people who are shaming one way or another, you are helping to force a decision, and you wouldn't like it if somebody forced a decision on you. Or would you? Because technically you're probably getting the shot just so you can go back to a normal life, because the government forced us into a different one. Just pay attention to all perspectives. That's all I'm saying.
Viewing public, what are your thoughts here? Nicki Minaj with the accent. Gotta love it. Oh yeah, by the way, side note, one of her aliases, her alter egos, as she put it, is Roman Polanski. Roman Polanski. If you guys don't know who that is, don't say anything. Give these guys a little bit of homework. If you guys don't know who that is, Google Roman Polanski. And that is Nicki Minaj's alter ego. Again, check the source. Leave it in the comments.
She's a motherfucking monster.
Clearly. Deuces. Okay.
Yo, thanks for watching that video, making it all the way to the end. You made it this far. You have to like. Please subscribe and comment on the video as well. Join the conversation.
Absolutely. We finally hit our goal of 500 subscribers. Yes, we are trying to get to 1,000. And we can only do that with your help. You can start by watching that next video. You see that tiny little icon? Click on that icon, rinse and repeat. Deuces.
Deuce.